Die verligte vlak 3 bied weinig verligting vir die toerismebedryf. Ek gesels nou met Colin Fortune, hy is die voorsitter van die Noord-Kaap toerisme, en James Vos, burgemeesterskomiteelid vir ekonomiese geleenthede en batebestuur in Kaapstad. Gentlemen, welcome to WINSLYN. Colin, I'm going to start with you. How big is the economic contribution of tourism to the Northern Cape economy?
The tourism industry is definitely one of our major financial inputs next to mining. So, we are very dependent on tourism, especially in our private sector and in our small enterprises. For example, we have approximately 850 tourism enterprises, and these are constituted mainly from leisure, that is your holiday outlets,
okay.
events and conference centers. So yeah, it's a major contributor to our economy. For example, in the past 3 years, it has contributed 3.8 billion rand to our industry, to our GDP. Now, it is something that we really need to consider and look at this trying time.
Absolutely. James, I want to get to you as well. If we think about Cape Town, we think about international tourism. How big is local tourism versus international tourism to the Cape Town economy?
Well, domestic tourism is one of our key source markets. So, of course, our international tourism brings in a lot of additional revenue, but domestic tourism makes up a very big component of our tourism landscape. So for every 2 people, or for every 22 people employed, 2 comes from the tourism sector. So it makes a significant contribution to employment in Cape Town. And as part of the City of Cape Town and Cape Town Tourism bounce back plan for tourism, there's going to be a big emphasis on domestic tourism. So we're very happy that government has now acceded to the call to open up the tourism sector even more. But the devil is in the details. So we're still waiting for more clarification around the rules and also all of the other important applications of health protocols that need to accompany the opening up of those sectors. But the sectors that underpin tourism in Cape Town are the ones that we will be focusing on. So it's food and beverage, restaurants, places of entertainment, aviation, accommodation, transportation, events, and of course conferencing. So those are the type of sectors that we have a very specific approach towards. We're going to use technology to guide us. We're also going to focus a lot of our focus around data and research so that we can make sure to apply the best possible interventions so that we can turn marketing into conversion.
Absolutely.
So we have to make sure we get as many of our businesses back to work safely. So the workplace readiness forms a very important part of our outreach so that the destination is ready to welcome visitors. So business leisure, business travel is of course the one that's now open, but we need to open up the leisure travel as well because that stimulates the local economy. Restaurants, places of entertainment, accommodation, you name it. Those are the sectors that make up the tourism industry, and those are the ones that we need to focus on.
Absolutely. Colin, when we talk to other entrepreneurs, they say, no, you have to pivot, you have to change your model. At one stage, the Northern Cape said they want to activate adventure tourism as a new way to get more tourists to come to your province. Is that still a focus, or in this time of COVID, were you able to pivot the province into a different direction?
Look, our main focus is our domestic market. We get most of our tourists from the South African market. We are seriously still looking at adventure tourism because if you take it in the context of COVID-19, it is not a large gathering of people that meet. It's normally a limited number of people that venture out on, let us say, the rapids on the Orange River to do the whitewater rafting, or in that, that's an example of how it is. The Northern Cape actually a province that is quite suitable to lend itself to the COVID-19 pandemic. We can bring in numbers of people without them having close contact. Our space is such a vast one that people can come here and enjoy the outdoors without being part of a larger number. If you take, for example, we have 6 national parks, we have 6 provincial parks.
Sure.
And these are quite popular with our South African visitors and also international visitors. But our main attraction are our national visitors. To a lesser degree, our international visitors.
James, very briefly, if I can just get to you, and we have about 30 seconds, is there any financial support that the province is giving these institutions that you are saying is such a focus for tourism? What support is your province giving to these businesses?
Well, the City of Cape Town has made available a rates reclassification for guest houses and bed and breakfasts, and that in some cases could cut the rates bill into half. So we're encouraging those companies or businesses to apply for a rates reclassification just to make it easier. We've also given a lease relief to businesses leasing commercially from the city. And then, of course, the financial relief sits mostly with the national government. But from the city, we have made available through our business incubation support program and Cape Town Tourism, giving support to businesses in the tourism industry to adapt their business models and to find new opportunities, because it is important now to focus on the existing businesses so that we retain those tourism businesses, but that we also focus on expansion. And so on international, for example, we're already speaking to airlines and key source markets around the world, so that when the borders open, so that we can get those flights coming back into Cape Town, because international tourism is an important component of our value proposition.
Absolutely.
But in Cape Town, we certainly will focus on domestic as a first option, so that we can get our locals to enjoy Cape Town again. We also have a big focus around affordability, so that locals can also enjoy their city at affordable rates.
James and Colin, I want to thank you so much for your time. Rock Jumper Birding Tours bied jaarliks 300 voëlverkenningsavonture na van die wêreld se mees eksotiese bestemmings soos Papua New-Guinea, Madagaskar, die Himalayas en selfs Antarktika. Die maatskappy is 23 jaar gelede in Suid-Afrika begin en het vandag gidse wat werk reg oor die wêreld doen. Een van die toerleiers, die bekende David Haddenat, het tydens die inperking besef jou eie agtertuin het die potensiaal om in 'n voëlkykersparadys te verander, mits jy weet wat jy doen. Ons neem 'n vinnige breek en kyk net hierna na hierdie opwindende projek.